the Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Decom Descendants.
You said it.
You got it, dude.
Where's your thing?
I can't hear Aaron
not
at
there
all.
it is.
There it is.
All right.
There we
Decom
go.
Descendants.
There it is. Don't say we mute women around here. Don't do it.
She muted herself.
She muted her. Women mute women around here.
Amen.
I did it.
It's not. Just come on.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of
yeah.
Decom Descendants. It's great to be here. I'm Bran. That's Aaron. That's Dan.
That's right.
Each week we dive deep into the Decom of the week, which is something we've been doing now for over a year.
Yeah.
We've just celebrated our year anniversary, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, we celebrated it so hard.
So yeah, we went nuts. It
This
was
is
a
our
rager.
50th.
It was a
So
rager.
This is our 50th movie, gang.
It's pretty exciting.
5-0.
Oh,
5-0.
I know.
And
It's a big landmark.
and it's this one.
Yeah, that's very
It's this
exciting. This one is Z3. Zenon, Z3.
That's
or
right.
Z, is it
It's
Z3?
Zenon Z3,
Yeah.
which terrible name for a movie.
It's dumb.
A movie that the name deserves it. It's not important. We do have reviews, which are important, and we got
have
new
new
ones.
ones?
We got new ones, Brand.
I love
God
that.
is good.
I got one from BGJBUI. Bigajabooey. Bigajabooey. I don't know what that's got to be initials.
You're going to feel real bad when that's their name.
Bigajabooey.
You're gonna feel really
I bet I
bad.
nailed it. I bet I nailed the pronunciation.
Make it a Jewy, Badooey.
No, you said Jewy, and you can't say that.
I did.
You did. Bran
Yeah.
just said, Bran is canceled, like immediately.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we don't edit the show. That's a tough break for you.
Well, I knew it.
Bigajabooey says, love this show. I love the show.
Can I try it one more time?
You
say it.
cannot.
Say
I
it.
don't. Bigajabooey.
I'm not going to.
yeah, it's just going to end.
You need to know your strengths and your weaknesses.
That's right. And your strength is saying something offensive once.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing not to
and
say it
knowing
again.
not to say it again, but laughing the whole time.
That's right.
Yeah.
They can't get mad at you if you're laughing.
Bigajabooey says, love this show. I'm pretty sure they can. I love the show and the hosts looking back at these movies with adult eyes and reminiscing while also questioning what most of these movies were thinking. I can't wait for the DCOM Daily Minute. Oh,
Yeah!
with
Decom
Bran
Daily
and
Minute.
Aaron.
All right, we got
Bran
one.
and Aaron hopefully forcing Dan to watch Hillary Duff's entire filmography.
Yes.
It's
Oh my gosh.
always a Hillary Duff moment. That's the end of that review from Bigajabooey. Now, we've got one more review. This is from Ashley B82. She says, all above board. Great. I'm glad she said that. I'm around Dan's age. In parentheses, she put old. How dare you? 82.
Oh, the olds?
I'm guessing Ashley B was born in 82. I was born in 83, so there's that. So we are the same age. So the DCOMs weren't on my radar when they came out. Even though I haven't watched them and still have no desire to watch them, I thoroughly enjoy this podcast. Pixel Perfect seems absolutely unhinged, and I have never laughed so hard as I did when listening to your review of it. Keep up the good work. Halfway to 300. Hot sauce is family. Nicely done, Ashley B82.
I mean, you act like there's never enough news for the DCOM Daily Minute. Jonas Brothers making a Disney
Christmas
Plus
movie.
Christmas movie, which is a pretty big deal, and that
Yeah.
would have been perfect for us to discuss, Aaron, on our DCOM Daily
Yeah.
Minute.
Would have been.
We had a lot of opinions.
I just think, what if we just try it? We try it for a little bit.
As long as I'm not involved, I don't care what you do.
I think we do DCOM Daily Minute, right? It's a minute.
It's not a minute.
Hillary Duff just adopted a cat that was found in the wildfires of
Stop!
Los Angeles.
This is not news.
What?
This is not news.
That
This
is
not
news.
It's not news. This is not. We can't.
Give me one. Give me a DCOM actor or actress.
Brenda Song.
Okay. Oh, that's huge. Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin on the cover of Cosmo. This is so easy, Dad. It's so easy. Do we have to put alerts, Google alerts for every single actor's name? Maybe.
Oh, here's another one. Kimberly J. Brown and Daniel Kuntz and Judith,
Kuntz.
who I can't remember her last name, but the cast of Halloween Town was just confirmed. They will be at 90s Con in Connecticut.
So I feel like we've done a year's worth of Daily Minute, DCOM minutes right now. It's
But
a
that's why
dumb
it's kinda-
idea. It's a dumb
It's
idea.
not a dumb idea.
And I don't want any part of it.
What if we replace the Delish with Daily Minute?
But then it's not daily, it's weekly. The whole thing of
Yeah.
a daily minute
Daily,
is daily.
I don't know if you know this. The show is released weekly.
The DCOM Daily Minute.
If this is the Daily
But
Minute of the weekly
I will
show.
I will give 7 updates per episode.
for one episode.
To
So it's not daily though.
So
It's still
that
7 in one day.
You as the listener
Can parse those out
yes.
over the course of 7 days.
it's on you.
The Decom
I'm
Daily Minute
seeing
is
how
one
you
of
made it work.
And if you binge your week in one day, that's above board.
It's about something we can do. Nothing we can do.
I'll say this: Decom Daily Minute suddenly makes this show interesting. Dan,
You think
Suddenly
this
makes
show
it
is
interesting
not
before?
interesting?
No, I think it makes it interesting.
I think
That
it's
is-
Yeah, the way
daily.
you say it doesn't change the
Dan-
definition of the
Dan
word.
knows what I'm talking about. Dan, I think it makes it interesting.
Oh, it. No, now you have me in a tough spot.
I'm picking
makes
up.
I
Where
want to be
It makes
very
it
clear on the
interesting.
record. I have no interest in the Decom Daily Minute, but I do hear what Brain is saying.
You
No
know-
interest.
You know what? You know what I have interest in? The
The
delish.
delish. That's what the D&D come stands for.
Yeah.
And there's the music.
What if it?
Is this what is? I just want. What is it?
It's paper towels.
I'm very excited about this. It looks like a
the
moon
food.
pie.
Yeah. What is this?
Is this a moon pie?
Moon.
Is
'Cause
this
the
a homemade moon pie?
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
homemade moon
Well,
pie.
let
Let's
her do
go.
it. Let her do it.
Sorry.
Hey, what'd you bring?
Okay.
And why'd
so-
you bring it?
Yeah, so I went on a little delish journey the other
Yeah, you
day.
A DiGiorno.
Yeah,
No,
because the
it's not
one
delivery. It's the journey.
That's pretty good. It's not bad.
This the journey came to me. I didn't go to it.
No.
This the journey. I didn't go travel around the world. I was in my own home. Had the journey. That's what it should be called.
the journey moment.
The journey. Nope, just the journey.
journey.
We just say the
Okay.
journey.
So for this journey, I was going to do some sort of shaved ice dessert.
Makes
'cause
sense.
The only food I really saw them eating was when Bronley, is that
Sure.
his name? The guy with the
Bronley.
hair. He is just sitting there and the bad guy is trying to talk to him and Bronley just is eating shaved ice and could not be bothered with anything but that shaved ice. So I was like, oh, that'll be easy. And I didn't like any of the recipes I found.
Okay.
And then I thought, you know what would be fantastic?
What?
Is this movie takes place in the future. And what if I could find ice cream of the future?
Oh,
Ooh,
Dippin' Dots.
And Greenville said, no, you can't.
You
and,
cannot.
and I said, great.
There's no Dippin' Dots.
Well, they're the ice
You
cream
could've-
of the present now. They've changed their
Yeah.
slogan, but still, it would have been cool.
Yeah.
You could have gotten some at the Regal movie theater. Don't they have some
I
Dippin'
think
Dots? Or
they-
they used to? Maybe they.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I was on Dippin' Dots website and they told me that the closest Dippin' Dots was 90 miles away. And it was like a grocery store in North Carolina. And I said,
And so you went and then
As-
they sold
drove
out.
to
and-
the
as
90 miles
devoted
they were-
as I am to journey,
Yes.
that was too long of a journey for me.
That's right.
So
would
then
be
I
a
just
journey.
Googled moon desserts and found this recipe for a homemade moon pie.
Very
Have you
excited.
had a moon pie, just a regular old moon pie? Do you know about those?
It has been a very long time.
Okay.
So
Because
what-
down south here, like literally an RC Cola and a moon pie was like a slogan. Like, grew up on moon pies, loved them. This is very exciting for me. I can't like this
Bring
is
it
a,
over.
this is a big deal. When I
So-
said I didn't even think of the moon. When I said it looks like a moon pie, I was just saying that from like
memory?
yeah, it
So,
wasn't about the moon.
chocolate
No, it isn't.
covered,
But this is
obviously.
cold, too.
And then you
Ooh.
have
Marshmallow in there.
marshmallow, and
marshmallow.
what else?
And then there's like a homemade graham cracker cookie.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, here we go. Cheers, everybody.
This is exciting.
Oh my god.
I'm using my skip.
What?
I'm using my skip on so I can eat more.
Oh, got it.
This this is my favorite delish that we've ever
It's
done.
really good.
Like,
Really
holy
good
cow,
job,
Aaron.
Aaron.
You kidding me right now?
All right, you can stay.
And that is your journey.
Really
What a
good.
journey.
Really
What a
good.
journey.
Guys, would recommend.
Oh my god.
If we had these while watching Z3,
These are better than real
top
moon pies.
10 movie. It's a top 10 movie if we had these while eating.
No.
While watching.
While the
can do a
cookies
lot.
were baking in my apartment, I debated not bringing them in
Oh my
because they
God.
smelled so good.
Oh my god. Aaron, so good.
You outdid yourself.
And we should just end the episode here on this high note.
We can
Yeah.
take a break at least. Let's take a break.
Damn.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Z3.
Will we?
Maybe. Or it'll just be an hour of us
I'm going to
eating.
rave about this for the whole time, so I don't say anything mean. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Decom to
Z3
Decom
sucks.
Descendants.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I
Welcome
think the
back.
fact that this is cold kicks it up a notch.
Kicks it up. It's a kick up.
It's so good.
What is an RC Cola just a Coke knockoff?
Yeah. It's a Southern Coke is all it is. It's not very good. And I know I'm losing a lot of Southern cards by saying that, but it's not great. Dad used to drink Diet Right. You know what that is?
No.
Diet Right. This Diet RC Cola, but it was right spelled R-I-T.
Why did they do Diet RC?
Because they thought Diet Right was the move.
That's confusing.
So confusing. Diet Right is what they called it.
I feel like this tastes better the more I eat it.
Oh, for love.
Let's talk Zenon Z3. It came out on June 11th, 2004. So all the kids are out for summer break. They put on their decom.
Anticipated threequel here.
You weren't on summer break yet?
There's a good chance I was still in school.
Insane to me. It just doesn't compute. June 11th, 2004. Written by Stu Krieger, who's
Done all
written
of them.
everything.
done all
Yeah.
of them at this point. Directed by Steve Rash. Steve Rash. Have we heard Steve Rash before?
I don't think so.
Steve Rash. They don't even have. I'll go to his IMDb. Steve Rash is a director who did Bring It On, In It to Win It in 2007.
Oh, it's like my favorite
that
Bring
the
It
one
On.
you like?
Really? How about that?
It's so bad that it's so good.
Steve Rash.
They
This
do a
is,
whole Jets Sharks thing.
Oh,
It's
wow.
horrible.
Sounds great. This is Steve Rash's one and
So
only
good.
decom, though.
They have a
which
cheer
is
rumble.
A cheer rumble. It is starring, of course, Kristen Storms once again as Zenon. And then Raven Simone gets a mention here, which is great.
There's nowhere where this stars Raven.
It stars her.
No.
It stars Raven Simone and Lauren Maltby.
Yeah, that's Margie.
Margie. It's Moonstock 54, everybody. Don't ask Dan what it is. Don't ask him to explain it. Dan, what is it? Explain it.
Inexplicable. It is not. So Woodstock concert,
Yes.
not what Moonstock is. They are planning on colonizing the moon. Is this the 54th annual?
We don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet. So why are they doing Moonstock 54? It's the year 2054.
Prime to pump a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe?
He
Prime the
does say it's
moon
like a
colonization
youth
pump?
festival.
Okay. But it's not a concert thing.
But it is where he's
There's-
announcing
there's a
the
race and
teenagers racing to the moon.
Yeah, so there is a race to get to Moonstock 54.
Which is on
They
the
are
moon.
having Moonstock 54 there. It says
It
it.
starts there,
I
but
think it's the
it
kickoff.
it kicks off there, but then
What
they
we're
all
saying is
go.
movie
nobody
sucks.
understands Moonstock
Yes,
54.
but Moonstock 54, because then remember, a lot of what happens is taking place on the moon.
Oh, I remember. But not that scene.
Not that
scene's
scene.
on
That
Earth.
scene. It starts on Earth, and then there's the racers race, and then everyone else
And you
just
need to
kind
know
of
this.
goes.
This movie is a cool 79 minutes. It is a absolute nothing burger of a time run movie. It is like there's nothing to it, but you feel every single
I will say,
second of it.
as the
frame.
person who probably loves the bad decoms more than anybody else in this room, this movie could have been like a 20-minute special.
Yeah, could have been an email.
Where's Zenon now?
Just a quick little like, or one of those like 5-minute. Sometimes at the end of the movie, they went to a commercial to do a little like there used to Disney used to have like TV shows that would air on the commercial breaks. They'd be
Yes.
like a 2-minute thing.
That's right.
Could have been one
In
of
the
those.
hall, one of the
All right,
kids in the
cool.
hall or something.
Ant-
Kids in the Hall is a
Ant
very
Farm?
famous sketch.
Okay, there
comedy
was
troupe.
something in
Yeah.
the hall. There was something on the in the
Anyway,
lockers.
this movie, there was a moment
This
where
could have
I
been a
thought
Mike Super
I
Short
thought it had
show,
been
Aaron.
like yes.
It's like an email from
It could have been.
decomfan
I
at
thought
juno.com.
45 minutes had passed and Dan checked and it hadn't even been 10.
That's right. Tough. Anyway, so they're racing
Great
to
movie.
the
Well,
moon.
fan-
Yes.
Fantastic
Okay, so
movie.
it's Moonstock 54. Zenon, to start with, is nowhere to be found. She is driving there. I don't know if she's still learning to drive, even though she's going to be in the race, but she's not very good at it.
Nah.
She takes her flying car thing. It flies, but it looks like a car.
Her parents
And-
are MIA.
Yeah.
MIA take her to the house.
That's
they're
right.
not in the movie.
They're not. They mention them once. They're
But
on.
they're
the,
not
They're on the space day.
Station.
Space day.
Yeah, she starts in space, takes her little car to Earth.
It's definitely not a car.
Well, it's like a little
Ship.
But they're designed to
Shaped
look like
like a car.
cars.
It's a
They
flying car.
are shaped like a car. That's right.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
then she's
everybody
gonna drive
wants
it
to know.
immediately
If
back
it can fly
to
in
the
space,
moon.
it's not a car. There's no way, right? We got to draw a line somewhere.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a space car.
Okay.
Everybody.
car.
So everybody is very. She finally makes
What would you call
it.
a space car?
Yeah. What would you call it?
A spaceship or a rocket.
Why isn't it a car?
Because it doesn't drive on a road.
That.
Is that-
Interesting. Road is
Yeah.
essential.
Road is defining
Yeah,
car.
if it's an off-road vehicle, it's no longer a car. It's an ATV.
So, but what about when flying cars finally happen? Even if it doesn't go to space.
Well, is it an ATV? What is all-terrain encompass?
A definition of a car is a four-wheeled road vehicle.
Okay, not a car.
That is what it is. I don't know. You guys are acting like I'm stupid over
So
here.
what?
I know.
what-
I just agreed.
Okay.
I
Thank
was just
you.
saying.
Thank you.
The beginning
Brandon has-
reminded.
I don't agree.
It
What
remi-
happens?
It reminded. I thought they were doing like a driver's ed bit.
It's small-minded.
Yeah, they were. No,
and
no.
so it was. It was
I do
like,
think
yeah, it was.
everything
like
about
a
that makes
car.
sense, but it's
Yeah.
it's not a. You're learning to drive
Okay.
your first spaceship.
I just think you're small-minded here. I think when
Okay.
cars
well.
can fly. Cars can fly if they want to, and they're still cars.
Well, I think cars can fly and drive, and then it is still a car. But if the vehicle doesn't drive on road,
Yeah, there's no time where you see it on road. That's
I
why
don't
it's
know
not
if
a
that's
car.
true.
And this is the
We
the
watched the
content.
movie together. You see it on a road? Did you see it on a road?
I did not see
Okay.
it.
Okay.
At
then.
one point, it lands.
And this is the content that you all came here.
This is why we need
for.
another minute of this show
Sorry.
every day.
So but that's
It's just a minute of us yelling about
That's
cars.
right.
No.
Yeah. So
The Decom Daily
tomorrow.
Minute.
she is driving her spaceship and she doesn't know how to do it. And is that her uncle?
But is she driving it if it's not a car?
She's
that's
flying it.
interesting.
She's flying it. My bad. She's flying it. She's not driving. She's flying it. She's flying it. That's where we got off track originally. When somebody said driving, that leads us. So
Well,
you
if
said
we're
driving.
off track, if it's an ATV.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's a road. Different story. I don't know third base. She is that her aunt and uncle she's staying
Yeah.
with? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her uncle's in there and he's like, that's not how you do that.
Her
And he's-
uncle is doing a weird. He still works on the space day, but is married to Judy.
Did we
who
all
lives
decide
on
to say
Earth.
Space Day this episode, or have we always been
Well, it's
saying
Space Day.
Because
I mean,
you
that's
both
what they
have said
call
it
it.
the
That's
whole
what
I
they
know,
call it.
but on this program, have we said that for every episode?
Zetus Lapidus. I don't know. You
Okay.
I don't know.
Stacks Omega.
Stacks Omega. That's
But
exactly right.
It feels right. It's what they call it.
okay, great.
I'm gonna defer to the.
Okay, guys.
Moon's-
I'm not gonna let this review take longer than the movie.
Moon's over by Hammy. Well, we don't have much to cover in the
All right,
synopsis.
hold on. Here we go. So everybody's pumped for
Yeah, you're half
Moonstock.
done.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited for Moonstock 54. It is, everyone's pumped, but not everyone's happy. Enter Sage Borealis.
Yes.
Sage Borealis.
Aurora's cousin.
That's exactly right. He doesn't think that we should be even considering the moon as a place where we can hang out. So he tries to talk to Zenon because Zenon is in the race to the moon. And
And she has a
it's like-
reputation at this point.
yeah,
for,
of being somebody who bucks up against the old ways of thinking, and
Bucks
so
up.
he talks.
That's a way to say that.
He talks to Zenon. Zenon's not having it. While on Earth, she's staying with Commander Plank and Judy, and they have news. They have a foster daughter
That's right.
named Dasha. And Dasha is a huge fan of Zenon. She dresses exactly like her.
She
and
says
is-
Cetus Lapidus like it's the old movies.
couldn't be more excited to be in the room with Zenon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when Space Day kids switch their lingo from Cetus Lapidus to Vega Omega,
that's right.
it takes a while to make that down to Earth. So Dasha hasn't quite
That's right.
caught up to the
And
new
I-
lingo yet.
I have a quick question, Brandon.
Dasha slow in this one.
Well, where is star of this film Raven Simone during all of this? Because she's the best friend of Zenon.
Yeah.
She's got to be a big part of this. Is she already at the moon? Where is she?
She is not. She's at a beach,
Well,
I
Hawaii.
think.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, and she's just going to call in 3 times throughout the movie.
Okay, 3
Beginning,
FaceTime
middle,
She's gonna call in on the
calls.
Zap
Beginning,
pad.
middle, end.
And do you think she's really in Hawaii, or
No.
could it be a green screen?
Definitely green screen.
100% a green screen.
100% a green screen.
Um,
Got it.
This movie was made. It's the newest of the Xenons, but the graphics are the worst.
They're somehow as
of
bad as the first one, which was like
I think they're worse.
1999.
I think they're worse.
I think they use more, and so
They
it
did
feels
more.
worse.
They did a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
they're bad.
They did
They're
a
real
lot.
bad.
So Sage pitches Zenon again, but is interrupted this time by Bronley Hale, cute boy Bronley Hale.
Cute boy Bronley.
Which Zenon doesn't mind being interrupted by Bronley Hale because Bronley Hale, cute boy. Dasha is
He is also an Olympian of some sort.
Sure.
He has
Yeah.
won
Which is
something.
why he's in the
yeah,
race.
He's
That's right.
Dasha is loving life with her new family. She is so happy to
Nothing
finally have
could
a
go
home.
wrong.
Well, something goes wrong.
Oh, no.
She goes downstairs and overhears
Plank and Julie.
Plank and Judy talking, and Plank's just like, she's a wild animal. She's ruining our lives. I think we're gonna have to give her back. Now, she doesn't know what they're talking about. She assumes they're talking about her. They think I'm a wild animal. They're gonna give me back. Turns out he's just talking about the puppy that he's holding that she can't see.
In the crook of his elbow, he's holding a little bitty puppy,
little baby puppy.
that she can't see,
That's
and
right.
he's talking about this puppy. I'm mad for the puppy though, in the way he's talking about the puppy.
Wild
like it's
animal.
bad.
That puppy could never.
Like if he's talking about a person, he should go to jail. If he's talking about a puppy, he shouldn't own a puppy.
Yes.
Like it is terrible either way. But the fact that this is a misunderstanding is crazy.
It's a great.
Well, the thing is, like, you see the puppy, and the puppy is so small,
It's a little baby puppy.
and he points to his slipper where he's like, and basically the puppy chewed up his slipper. I would like to know how long this puppy was unattended with slipper, because the size of that puppy and the size of the holes, like, you left that puppy all day long with just your slipper. That's on you. Be a better parent and a better pet owner.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty
tough.
straightforward.
That's tough.
And puppies chew stuff.
Puppies chew stuff. Did he not know that?
But also, like,
Going
it's
into
one
it?
slipper.
Did he not?
Did he
like-
not know that it
Like,
was a possibility?
You're going to lose some stuff when you
But
have a puppy.
But it's a secret puppy. Their plan is to give it to Dasha.
They're hiding.
They're
the puppy.
hiding it from Dasha, but Dasha doesn't. Obviously, does Dasha's.
Also, if
doesn't know.
the puppy was like running loose, causing mayhem, where was Dasha?
Yeah.
How did she not
How
notice?
did she not know the
mayhem?
puppy? Yeah. it's-
Vega, Omega. I tell
And
you what.
in a sea of 79 minutes of bad decisions and bad movie making, that is might be near the
She's
top.
a
of
wild
the list.
animal.
It's really bad.
She's a wild animal.
Yeah.
It's time for the Moonstock race, and it's really exciting. We all know the rules.
Top
Margie,
4 advance.
Yes, Margie wins. Zenon is in her craft and is
got it. How hard is
shocked
that?
to
Looked really hard
find
to say.
is shocked to find Dasha hiding in the back there.
Stowaway.
She didn't want. She didn't want to stay. They think I'm a wild animal.
They're gonna give me back. I thought I had a family. I don't.
They hate my brown eyes.
Yeah, she tells Dasha, I'm pretty sure misunderstanding, you don't have brown eyes. I think they were talking about the puppy.
And Dasha's
Dasha's
like, oh no.
Oh man, but now I'm on the moon.
Nothing I can
And
do.
right before that, is it Cassie? Is that the other?
I don't know.
Nebula's cousin Cassie is in the race, obviously.
Nebula's cousin Cassie.
Yeah. And
Sage's cousin Aurora. Nebula's cousin Cassie.
Aurora's not in this movie, but
Aurora
Cassie is in the
Borealis
race.
is in this movie somewhere.
Cassie runs into some trouble. I can't remember why, but she runs into trouble on the race, and
Drinking.
and
Hitting
Zenon
the sauce.
is winning,
Yeah.
but she's a good person, so she doubles back to help out Cassie.
Still finishes top 4 though.
And then, well, she's not going to, and then there is like a weird mist that helps propel her into that final 4th spot.
That's the magic of the
Could
mist.
be a ghost.
Could be
Could
a
be
ghost.
anything. Could be Aurora.
Ghost of you
Could-
keeps me
Could be
awake.
anything.
Mhm.
So
And at this point, the movie, which is
It's-
airtight at this point, it falls apart.
Oh, I thought it fell apart at the puppy.
I know. No, that's my point. Is it was real bad before.
So they are all on the moon having a good time.
Mhm.
Protozoa comes. Not my protozoa, by
Yeah,
the way.
not my protozoa.
Different protozoa. Don't get me started. Ridiculous to think that they could do that and that people wouldn't be mad about it. But protozoa's also not.
I wouldn't have noticed.
You didn't notice?
Without you saying something, I 100% would not have.
As soon as
What'd
they
you spill?
I got chocolate on my.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I hope more happens.
Use a little club soda to try to get it off.
Look at you, little woman.
Woman, wait a minute,
Sorry, I got away from you guys.
dude. You've offended.
It got away from me. It got away from me. So they're
It's
all on
just
the moon.
Brandon who thinks women are less than, so he uses it as an insult.
Old women, and I think that's an important
I didn't
clarifier.
hear him say old.
Oh, you kidding me right now?
I didn't hear old air at all.
God, take it to the tape.
I will.
So they're on the moon, and they're all having a good time. Protozoa shows up, not a big deal anymore. There's a new group called Cosmic Blush, and they have all the hits. and that's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
Protozoa's old news.
Protozoa is old news. So Sage Borealis,
It's like New Kids on the Block when Backstreet Boys and NSYNC came out. That's
Right.
what it's like.
right? It's exactly like
You
that.
get it.
So Sage Borealis, I almost said Sage and Borealis. What a
What are we
moron.
doing here?
Sage Borealis snuck onto the ship, and the head guy, Pat Number, is his name. Pat Number.
be.
Numbar.
What?
It's Numbar.
Oh, Numbar. He said Pat Number.
He
That's
did.
just what it says.
Okay.
It says it's spelled number on Wikipedia, so that's what I took.
oh, you're
It's-
using Wikipedia.
That's Pat Number. That's what I use for the casting crew.
Pat the Bat.
Where's Pat Number? Where's Pat Number? Pat Number. Oh, it's Numbar. Okay. Sorry, everybody. My bad.
Just like a man. You know what I mean?
My bad. You get it.
You
So
get
yeah,
it.
Numbar.
Yeah.
It's number.
It's definitely number on Wikipedia though.
Well, if you look at it in a sense, it is.
If you don't read it, if you don't
look
read
at
it,
quickly.
yeah.
if you don't read it, you can say anything you want.
Clearly, they mean number. Numbar. Pat Numbar decides, hey, I'm going to keep you captive in my office, basically.
Yeah, he tries to do his old, yeah.
Yes, and he
Which
notices.
is above board. We can lock teenage children in
100%.
our office with
Yeah,
no
it's the
bathrooms
moon.
or foods or beds or
It's the
anything.
moon.
Yes, but he kind of Pat Numbar looks out at Zenon and is like, Zenon's up to something. I think she's starting to maybe be swayed by the points that Sage Borealis is making. So I need to make sure that Zenon is no longer a problem.
Yeah.
So he rigs the rock climbing contest.
Yeah, tries
The
to and does a sucky job of it. Just
Yeah.
terrible.
Yes, but everybody is now like Xenon's a cheater, basically, and it's a whole thing.
Because it was harder for her.
Well, Numbar moves one of the handholds up. So
Mm-hmm.
when she's in the race with everyone else, there's nothing for her to grab. So she's kind of stuck. And then that mist again shows up and like helps her reach. But Bronley and Margie see this. And so they're like, well, she's cheating.
She has a moon ghost on her side.
Yeah,
How
she's
can
got
we
the
compete
mist.
with moon ghost?
And Margie thinks, and Xenon's like, well, I don't know what's happening. And Margie's like, well, you know you're getting an unfair advantage.
You're getting the mist.
You should
thing.
disqualify yourself. And Xenon's like, hey, the moon mist
The
chose
moon-
me.
yes.
Moon mist chose me. So
She calls me.
she has been having dreams about coming in contact with someone on the moon.
And
like a
Margie and
goth.
Cassie are having the same exact dreams.
Yes,
Wow.
it's Selena the Moon God.
Yeah, we all knew that.
Selena the Moon God is basically
mhm.
trying to get them to fight against a permanent settlement on the moon, which is already being in the process of being constructed.
Yeah, a little late to the game.
Yeah.
Moon God.
While being, this is the brilliant part of Numbar's scheme is he locks the protester in his office with all of his paperwork and plans. So Sage finds out that even though he had like said this was a temporary, it's just for this, this one little youth festival, he is going to, because he built lodging and like all this stuff up there, he's going to claim squatters' rights and basically take over the moon.
Classic.
You
Yeah,
know-
no,
you know
all-
how
that
one
checks.
does.
It all checks. Yeah.
And Selena is Celine?
Selena Gomez is also in this movie. It's
Selena
unbelievable.
the Moon God.
Selena. Okay. She says, "No way, Jose, get off my planet. Not a planet. Get off my moon." And that's where we
Come
are.
on. No, you're a strong man.
That was a good, that was
be
a good,
better.
good catch.
I will
wouldn't
say
have caught
at
it.
trivia last night, one of our questions was we had to list all the planets in the solar system in order by diameter, and we got it
Ooh.
right. So
Wow. For you
Man, I'm
guys.
so bummed I missed it.
did we win? No. But we
everybody,
did get that right.
everyone's having the dreams of the, not everybody, but
And I'd like to thank Zenon.
they're having
Shut up.
dreams of Selena the Moon
Shut
God,
the Z3.
and they realize something must be done. So Zenon,
I owe
Sage,
this movie my
Dasha,
everything.
Xenon, Sage, Dasha, along with Margie, Cassie, Bronley, all of them decided it's time
The
to
real cheetah girls.
take it to the man and take back the moon and to give Selena needs the moon back. So they come up with a plan, which is my understanding. We're gonna try to get everybody to go onto like Protozoa's
Yeah.
bus.
So before, like,
This is
while
where
this is all happening,
For $1 million, if you ask me what happens, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you at this point.
I got this. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
There are a lot of weather abnormalities happening on Earth. You know, nothing like what's happening here in 2025.
No, we got
It's
plenty of
snowing in
years left.
Hawaii.
Yeah, that's a Raven scene. So Raven.
Yeah, so that's a Raven. She calls in.
How would we know that if Raven wasn't in this movie?
Yeah, but there's like reports of other things when Plank and Judy are driving to the moon to come get Dasha. It's snowing in outer space. There's all these weird things happening, and it's Selena. And then she basically tells Zenon, "You have to get everyone and this settlement off the moon, or I'm like basically destroying everything. Like, here's your deadline." And they say Numbar leaves. but he's still there. So like all the shuttles have gone back to Earth to pick up.
Popcorn Dan.
Yeah.
And then Protozoa
No, so
sings
all the shuttles are gone.
Sunday by Sugar Ray, which isn't
all
an
the-
original.
all the
it's
youth
a cover
who are on the
from
moon,
30 years ago. The kids aren't going to
um,
understand that song. He's
And
not gonna
I
win
did
any
point out at the beginning of this movie
hearts
when
or
we were
minds.
watching it that it was weird to me that it was
Sunday.
Numbar and then just a bunch of children. Like that should have been
Yeah.
the first clue to everyone
Yeah.
that this was some shady doings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he sent his
When
workers
does
down
Pat
to
Number
Earth
get involved?
Been there the whole time, baby.
to start the second phase of this colonization project. So the only bus available is Protozoa's. So even though he's not the IT musical group anymore, he is going to be a hero, and that's all that matters.
He's going to be
To him.
that
He
hero.
can be your
Yeah.
hero.
He might not be
Zoa.
that superstar anymore, but he is that hero.
That's right.
Amen.
Mhm. And then
Amen.
So everybody gets gone, and then they decide that they're going to go and lift the dome.
yeah, they're going to take their not space cars.
Yeah.
And they're going to they're going to lift the dome
And get
and
out.
hurl it into space because that's better.
They're going to go lift the dome.
They're gonna
I
lift
guess. I don't know.
And I had miscalculated because I thought there were 7 space vehicles because there were originally 6, and then Plank and Judy join in. But the 2 losers from the race, they just hopped onto that shuttle.
Yeah.
They said, "See ya,
See ya,
suckers. We're not
suckers."
helping." So there were only 4 cars plus Plank and not cars,
Yeah.
and then Plank and Judy. So
I saw Playing and Judy live. They were
So Plank.
better than this.
so good. Yeah, so much better.
So
Yeah.
Plank
Their
and
cover of
Judy.
Someday.
Plank and Judy
Fantastic.
do show up just
Duty?
in time.
Plank and Duty? Did you say Plank and
I may
Duty?
have. I may have. Plank and Judy show up just in time to help with the lift.
I think he said Judy do show up. And
Do
then,
show. I got
yeah.
you. All right. I bet you he combined them.
That doesn't sound like me. And so they do it. Get out of here. But then it's like, what do we do with the rest of it? Well, Selena is actually capable of destroying anything she wants to.
Yeah, which
So
I
she
weird.
destroys
It's
the
weird that
rest
we
of
needed
it.
the movie.
like get everyone off the planet. Sure, I think that is fair to ask of Zenon and the crew.
I'll take care of the rest.
But then they throw the dome into space, so now that's just hurtling around space. That's going to cause problems for somebody. And then Selena cleans up the rest of the structure. So,
No
like,
problem, I
why
got-
couldn't they just leave the dome?
I feel like
for
Selena. So maybe the wires got crossed somewhere. So surely.
So you're saying
All
having one conversation with a mystical being was
Yeah.
not enough to?
Surely
Answer all the
all they
questions?
needed to do is get everybody to go. Like Selena could have taken care of the dome.
Yeah.
She could have taken care of the dome.
Clearly.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway, then
Great
Selena
movie.
waves goodbye. By the way, Selena's punk rock. I don't know if you
very
mentioned
just
that,
goth,
but
goth
like,
punk.
heck yeah, we love
Yeah.
that.
For 2054, that's outlandish.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, everything could like Green Day's cool
2004
again.
would fit right in,
Yeah,
probably.
it's awesome.
But yeah.
And so that's nice.
But is it the fact how like we think of like gods and goddesses as being from like a Roman Empire? Were they trying to do a callback of like?
Like
she-
50
she-
years ago?
Yeah.
All right. I'll buy it. I mean, I don't know if we think of any gods like they came from 1974.
No.
Five, or
I don't know.
75.
I don't know. I was just.
But I like the
she
idea.
wouldn't look like she's of the time.
It's a better defense than the movie deserves. I'll say that.
that's
I'm
deep.
trying so hard.
You are. Hey, listen, and you brought your best delish. Nobody can say you didn't try. You brought the literal best delish to the literal worst movie.
I did
And
say when we watched this movie that the best part of the episode would be the delish.
And that was going to be if it was a bad delish. And you know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you if it's bad. This is the best one.
So
you nailed
We did it.
The movie ends with Protozoa and
I
Cosmic
also brought
Blush.
some RC Cola.
Oh my God. I would have, this has been the best day.
Cosmic Blush and Protozoa perform a concert
Doesn't even count
together.
as my Diet Coke. And RC Cola is its own
It's
thing.
different.
It's its own thing.
Say there's nothing diet about it. If
There's
it was a diet, right,
right, I'd be in trouble. I'd be
right's
wrong.
not wrong. So Sage and
Leave us a
Zenon,
review if you're still listening.
Sage and Zenon, I think, become a thing. Do they kiss? I think they kiss,
Well, they are front row at the concert,
and then they
and they
scurry
hold.
off.
They look at
Feel
each other
like-
and hold hands and walk off. So we're like,
to the beach.
yeah.
They're doing, yeah.
And then maybe they get. I know.
I'm going to say they kiss.
But they're on Earth, right?
They're
Yeah,
on Earth when
yeah.
that happens.
So
yes.
here's something I just thought about is the concert though that we see happens in the same
there's-
venue.
No, it doesn't.
There's a couple different
No,
concerts.
the last one where they leave is definitely on Earth, and it's not the same venue as earlier. But I see how you got there.
Protozoa and Cosmic Blush do perform on the moon.
Earlier on
Yes.
the moon.
I felt like that venue was the same, but
Hold on.
I'll believe
Well,
you
it was
guys.
built by the same company, so the stages might be similar.
Yeah, it could be.
Sure. Yeah, who made the? Can I see the?
Who are we?
Can I see the blueprints?
They
Not
took
the green
Protozoa's
prints.
bus back to Earth, but left him and Cosmic Blush on the moon.
Perform. Sage and Zenon, they're just
They're
probably
not
still
together.
yeah. And then we find out that Pat Numbar is doing a new contest and he's gonna colonize Mars. We didn't learn
And so we
his-
get a final.
There's no God.
we get a final line of, well, just remember that the goddess of Mars is the goddess of war. So if you thought Selena was tough,
Stay tuned to Z forever.
Z. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll read some reviews. We'll share our thoughts on the movie, and we'll rank it here on
Decom
Descendants, the
Descendants.
main show, not the Decom Daily
the
Minute.
Daily Minute.
It's different show.
Same feed.
Same feed, different show.
Different show.
This is the main one.
the main one. Big show.
So you get one main show a week, and then
That's right.
it's
Then
surrounded
it's a
by
daily minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it weekdays? I think it's
So do you
weekdays.
not release a daily minute on Fridays when
No.
the show comes out?
No, you don't.
Because we talk about it here.
Yeah, we talk about it too.
That's the one daily minute I'm a part of.
Maybe give you the quick rundown of what happened.
You guys can do the rest of the daily minute.
Hey, welcome
For
back,
sure.
everybody. It's time for Overtime. It's where we talk about how this movie aged over time. I have some letterbox reviews if you want them. Zachary says, I've never been so effing disgusted in my life.
All right.
Imagine replacing
Zach.
the actor who played Han Solo, or Kane in Citizen Kane, or Avatar in Avatar. That's what happened to Protozoa.
I was with him till Avatar and Avatar. He doesn't understand, I don't think, Avatar there.
Bellamy says, my dad was
Blame me?
Bellamy.
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 Bellamy. My dad was.
Dear God Almighty.
My dad was genuinely upset that the catchphrase "Zetus Lapidus" was changed to Vega Omega.
I was too.
It's fair. I think we all were.
Are you Bellamy's dad?
I'm Bellamy. Thank you very much. Mr.
Belay me down.
Yeah.
Anna says the movie is about someone trying to declare squatters' rights to the moon. They sure do. Shout out to them for doing
out.
that. Alex Smith says the moon is a cool punk girl. Phenomenal. Lisa with a little alien face next to it says Newt Gingrich would hate prominent teen moon activist Sage Borealis. And Connor Wilson says 1 star, the worst movie to feature pod racing.
Wow.
Let's share our thoughts
That's
on it.
quite a move by him. I mean, he's right, but it's still funny. that he would-
Aaron,
Yeah.
what'd you think of Z3? You're the Xenon defender.
The
You
Z-head.
you love Xenon.
I just after this, when we get to making the list, I want to know where Z2, the Z-quel, is on your list. That's important to me, just because of now I know how high you, relatively speaking. Does that make sense? Go ahead, do your thing.
Yep. This was a movie that we watched. Like, it's bad, and it's not even like so bad it's good. I do remember watching it when it came out. I was very excited about it. Also, at the time, Ben Easter, who plays Sage Borealis, was in a lot of Mary-Kate and Ashley projects, much like Billy Aaron Brown from last week's movie, Going to the Mat. And so I remember being excited because I knew him and was excited for him to be in this movie. And then upon the rewatch, he's not really in the movie. Like, his scenes are so small.
In it, yes.
And then when I was making graphics for the episode, he's not on any of the promotional material either. It's Dasha, Zenon, and Bronley. So I don't know. It's like, we made the comment while watching it. It's like they had to fulfill a contract requirement. Like, Kristen had signed a 3-movie deal.
Yeah.
We threw it out there. Somebody edited it in Microsoft Paint in 2004 and put it out there on the Disney Channel. I don't know. I have so many questions. They want it to seem like there's so many space stations floating around in space because all the kids in the contest have to be space station kids.
Say it again. Space Day.
But I'm
Space
talking
station.
about plural. I'm not
Yeah,
talking.
Space Stasis.
Yep. You're caught real quick.
Like, Xenon's Space Day was her, and I guess Margie, after the second movie, Margie permanently moved to the Space Day because she's in the race too.
Space stasis.
But then like I was like thinking about how in the first movie we were talking about people on Earth, nothing had really changed. Like it could have been filmed now. You know, they're still in school. Like it just for being supposed to be in the future, nothing was that different on Earth. The kids still had regular names, and so it caught me off guard that we've all of a sudden got Sage Borealis. Everyone has
Pat Numbar.
But I mean, like, they're not like
no, I get it.
weirdly like, you know, her love interest in the first movie is Greg.
Yeah, we went from Greg to Sage Borealis in a few years.
And so I was just like, but he is from Earth, so why is his name Sage Borealis? Like, it just, there were so many things that didn't make sense. There's a lot of ethical questions I have about everybody in this movie. Yeah, it's not weird to me that I watch the first one a lot and don't watch the second and third ones. Don't know if I'll ever watch this one again.
Never say never.
Never say
Never say never. But it maybe one day if I have a child and I hate her, I'll make her watch this movie.
That's good. That's a good point.
And
Well, she's a wild.
I don't want her to have a good day.
If she's a wild animal, pop her down and watch the TV.
Yeah, if I want to crush her hopes and dreams,
That's exactly
I
right.
will show her this movie.
This movie isn't good, and I've wondered over the last year why Zenon isn't higher, like a bigger part of my memory. And I think the more we watch Zenon movies, the more I understand that it just wasn't a thing that I enjoyed. And even though the first one is clearly the best of the three, it's still just like when I think about it, I'm just like, I don't know. And so this movie is a very bad movie, and it's only going to affect the legacy of Zenon.
Yeah.
And everything that she stands for and represents. And so that's unfortunate. It is not good. But give Selena her own movie. I think she's a star.
Yeah, this is.
Sorry, she's a moon.
Moon god. She's
Not
not
a
a moon.
star.
Not a
She's a moon god.
star planet. Moon. It's moon.
Moon god.
So there's a lot of things that go into how I rank these movies, because if you just rank the ones that are like filmmaking quality the highest, you're not going to get the most entertaining movies. Some of these movies, very entertaining, also very bad. This movie, not entertaining, also very bad. It is, I'm pretty sure it's my least favorite. I'm wrestling with
Of
it
all
if it's the
time?
worst. This is my least favorite DCOM I've watched so far. We've watched 50. This is my least favorite.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
I think it's the shortest one at 79 minutes. It was 80 with the credits. 79 minutes of actual movie. 79 minutes, and I feel like it felt like the longest one.
Wow.
So if a movie is 79 minutes and feels like the longest DCOM, that's a problem. I have no idea what happened in the second half of this movie, and I was watching. There's no reason this movie should exist. Kristen Storms, who's a genuine gosh darn delight in the first Zenon, she looks like she'd rather be anywhere else than on the set making this movie. Raven Simone is in 3 scenes behind a green screen. She probably shot in a morning at a
She
sound
filmed
stage,
it in between scenes of that.
at a
So Raven.
soundstage
That's
somewhere.
that's my
No
understanding.
one is caring about what they're doing. The plot is nonsensical, so we're not caring. I hated this movie, and the first Zenon, when we saw it, I was like, this isn't for me, but this is a really good like girl power, like a movie that you would show your daughter or even your son to be like, look, girls can do all the things guys can do. Now that I've seen at least 5 DCOMs make a better Zenon, like make better versions of that movie, at least 5. That's probably lowballing it. Zenon has moved down the list. Z2 hurts Zenon. Z3, like, guys, no one here is giving it their best. No one. And I know that sounds really, really mean, but it just is a slog. There's nothing to recommend here.
I think the person doing the most in this movie is Dasha.
Yes, she's charming. Yeah.
Like-
She's fine.
Mhm.
When I say no one, that's probably wrong.
No,
to
I
say
mean,
that,
I
but
was just thinking about it because I agreed with you,
all
and then I was
of the
like, well,
returning cast.
oh yeah,
Anyone that was in the first two movies is just doing this out of
Is just there.
contractual obligation.
Yeah. They
Has to be.
would rather be anywhere else.
It's brutal. It's a brutal watch. Please do not watch. Don't watch it. Unless
it.
you are Aaron's daughter and she's
And
having
I'm
a
mad at
terrible
you.
day and she's mad at you. That's right.
Yeah. Let's get to our thoughts and the rankings and where it's going to end up.
Can we say where we put all three Zenon movies?
Yeah.
Just because I'm curious.
fine. Aaron, you go first.
Okay. So on Letterboxd, when you add a movie to a list, it automatically adds it at the end.
50. That's right.
And for a minute, I thought, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
But then it did move up a little bit just because I feel like I could put this movie on, like have it playing in the background, and I could like take a nap or go do something else and it wouldn't be distracting, like perfect background noise. There are a couple other DComs that I didn't like that I just don't ever want to be on again because I would get distracted. And that doesn't really make any sense. But I was like, I could put this movie on and forget about it. So it is debuting at 43 on my list.
43. All right, Z3.
So just ahead of the Jenny Project.
Yeah.
And
that monkey's wild.
It's just behind the Jenny Project
It's
on my
just-
list.
yeah, so
on my
mine's,
list is-
mine's ahead of Jenny, just behind Stepsister from Planet Weird.
Wow.
Also right next to mine too.
What about Zequel?
Zenon the Sequel is at 38, ahead of True Confessions.
So only a hair worse than the sequel. 38 to 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Zenon the Sequel is in between Jumping Ship and True Confessions.
No, jumping ship.
And Zenon the original is at 15.
15.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
all checks out. 15, like one of the better ones, your fave, and then the other two way
Mhm.
down in the bottom.
Top
Brando.
10?
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta
yeah.
do that. Any change?
No change. So we still have the Scream Team, Miracle in Lane 2, Get a Clue, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, Phantom of the Megaplex, Smart House, Johnny Tsunami, Right on Track with Beverly Mitchell. It's the race car.
Right on track.
Right
on track.
I
I will not ask 3 weeks in a row, but thank you for that primer just in case.
Cadet Kelly, and the number one, Motocross.
Did you say primer?
I did say primer. Yes.
Is that a way to say that?
Yeah, primer is like
I thought it was primer.
no, primer is something you paint on a wall. A primer
I've
is
never heard primer before.
Really?
Yeah.
The first school books were called primers.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the context. I just feel like I've always heard primer. Interesting. I have Z3 at 45. It's ahead of Rip Girls, for what that's worth, but behind Hounded. I got Zequel at 41, which
Yeah.
is ahead of Horse Sense, but right behind Can of Worms. And then I got Zenon the Z
Just the OG.
at
The one
Z.
Z, the first Z.
at 29. 29.
Wow.
It moved out again.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Ahead of Ultimate Christmas Present, behind Stepsister from Planet Weird. I liked it more.
I can't
Top
believe
10.
this.
Luck of the Irish, Phantom, Miracle, Full Court Miracle, different Miracle.
Miracle, different
Different
miracle.
same God.
Same God. Amen.
Smart House at 7. Eddie is at 6. Cadet Kelly at 5. Get a Clue at 4. Motocross at 3. Johnny Tsunami at number 2. And the greatest movie of all time, Brink, at number 1.
I've got Z3 at 50. I did the same thing you did, Aaron. When it showed up at 50, I was like, yeah, I think so. And then I was like, no. And then I got in here and I realized that the Zequel is 45 for me. And so I only had 4 movies worse than the Zequel. And then I was like,
Yeah.
this movie is way worse than the Zequel to me.
Mm-hmm.
1. And then 2, the Jenny Project, which I had at last, and then Stepsister from Planet Weird. I think that both of those they're bad. They're better movies than this. This movie is a combination of non-entertaining and no one trying.
Yeah.
I can point to someone trying in the lead cast in both of those movies, and I just feel like this movie deserves some sort of consequence. Like I feel like if Zenon, which I have at 21, is like still a movie that I'm like, I get why people like that when it came out, and the sequel dropped all the way to 45. I had to put it at 50. It's at 50 right now.
No, that
Dead
makes
last.
sense. I do think I agree with you. Like the Jenny Project and some of those other movies that we both have down in that area, I think are qualitatively better movies. But because they're trying and failing, that's where it lost.
They're
it
actively
for
bad.
me.
This is
like,
passively
This
bad.
one
Yep.
is just like
Ugh.
I could put this like this might become my new nap movie where I put it on to fall asleep
Because
because it
would do that.
matters so little.
Top 10.
Kristen Storms, if you're listening, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, shut up. Top 10.
I know you're listening
Miracle
to
in Lane 2. Full Court Miracle. Scream Team. Get a Clue. Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Cadet Kelly. Phantom of the Megaplex. Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. Johnny Tsunami. And the best decom, I'm starting to think it's not going to be beaten. Motocross. That's all I got.
Oh, we're still early yet.
We're
Still
still
early.
early.
50 in.
Mhm.
Still
We're a
early.
third of the way through, right?
It's still early.
Like
Yeah.
150 of these bad boys.
Yeah, we're a third of the
We're
way
still
through.
early.
Yeah.
We did it. What are we doing next week? What is it?
We are headed to the burbs.
We're gonna get stuck
in
there?
the
We're getting
suburbs.
stuck in the suburbs, baby.
Speaking
Brenda
of-
Song, Daniel Panabaker, Taran Killam.
Taran Killam, like Saturday Night Live, Taran Killam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I'm
man.
saying this now so that hopefully when we watch this movie next week, I remember that it's Taran Killam because every time I do watch this
It's
movie,
shocking.
I forget that it's Taran until the end credits come up.
I hope he sings.
Is this like before
Yes.
he's on SNL?
Yeah. He's like
Okay.
he's a baby Taran Killam.
Okay. Because
I mean,
now
he's
he
not a
kind of
baby.
pops up on
Yeah.
High Potential occasionally, and I don't recognize him.
Yeah. Like that catches me off guard too when he's on High Potential, but like in a different spectrum. It's because like when he's on High Potential, he's got like the beard.
Yeah.
But on this one, he is like clean shaven, frosted tips. Like he
Oh,
looks like
okay.
a young.
Got it.
Whereas when I think of Taran Killam, I'm like SNL.
That's right.
I'm excited about it.
King-
I'm excited
King
about it.
George.
King
What
George.
a cast.
What a cast.
Boy.
What a
Very
cast.
excited about it.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So coming back next week is going to be a good one. And then stay tuned all next week for the DCOM Daily Minute. It's going to
Which
really it's gonna
definitely
gonna
definitely
take-
happening.
it's gonna
I
take
can't
the world
believe
by- it's gonna
you
take the storm.
decided that was
Let's take the
happening
storm by
next
rage.
That's right.
Until next time,
Decom.
week. Decom's right now.
take that, Disney.
Decom Descendants is a Bramble Jam podcast. Decom's not taking, Disney's not taking anything. I want to be very clear. It's produced by Brandon Gray at the Bramble Jam Network Studios in Greenville, South Carolina. Leave us a review on the socials. We are at Decom Descendants on the web, decompodcast.com. Leave us a review, Apple Podcast. Decom Daily Minute starting next week per brand. I will not be there. See you guys.
Come on back.